You know, over here in the United Kingdom, I don't know if it's like this in your part of the world, whenever anybody does anything wrong, they always use this phrase, and it's these time and time again phrases that politicians use, you know, oh, we're going to pull down the full force of the law onto them. Well, really, when you think about the full force of the law, it's a farce, isn't it, really? Because in the old days, when you and I were first starting out, the law really meant something. You were terrified of them. You certainly didn't want to get into trouble with them in case they told your mum and dad. Now the police are really, I feel sorry for them in many respects. They're driven out of places, pelted with things. There's simply no respect. But is a lot of it brought on by themselves? Because when you think about it, you look at this particular picture, yes, this one, and you kind of think, what's gone wrong with the British Metropolitan Police? Let me explain. Really lovely to see you today. Thank you so much as ever for your time. I'll have a lovely wave. Yeah, I mean, look, there is a very pretty girl. There's no two ways about it, and admirable and commendable that she's decided to join the police force. But I don't know about you, when we had a visit from the police at our school, it was very, very severe about exactly what they wanted. You had to be a certain height, you had to have achieved certain qualifications, and they were very strict about things like, you know, you've got to remember, we're talking the 80s here, long hair, you know, any sort of, shall we say, Boy George type looking characters certainly wouldn't have had a part in the British police force. Now you can wear what you want, covered in what you want, and use whatever gender you want. So seemingly desperate are they to recruit people. And time again we found that these people are inherently wrong. Baddies that slip through the net that we're always told. But really, does it start at the very top? Sir Mark Rowley, the boss of the British Metropolitan Police, apparently oversees everything. What about this? This is a lady that was escorting the disgraced BBC newsreader Hugh Edwards to court a couple of days ago. Full face, fake eyelashes, endless earrings and more rings on her hands. Now, what I find incredible about this is I was always told this particular look was dangerous. I'm not talking about the fake eyelashes at this point, by the way. You know, the fact that she's got earrings in, they can be pulled by someone, rip your ear, all of that sort of stuff. Where have the standards literally slipped? Now, it's not her fault. She's only a certain height. I understand that. Recruitment levels have gone down and they've literally decided to move away from certain things. But what becomes really interesting is the fact that she was clinging as tight as she possibly could to the disgraced BBC presenter. One might suggest, of course, knowing that she's going to be part of the limelight. You see, narcissism runs rife wherever you are. And what's interesting here is that nobody has actually called this particular person out. Now, I would say she's in a very dangerous situation because, as I say, it's all very well turning up looking like you're going on a glamour shoot, but how distracting would that be? Why do you need the full face of makeup and, more importantly, the false eyelashes when you're supposed to be running down criminals and dealing with things? If that came to deal with my problem, I would suggest that, of course, her appearance is far more important than the actual job. Now, again, it's an interesting debate, isn't it? And I throw it open to you. This particular individual attached herself literally with a vice-like grip next to this particular individual. Was that truly all because, of course, simply she wanted to be seen? Or do you agree that she should be allowed to wear what she wants, literally on the beat, looking more like a beauty contestant than a bobby on the beat? I'd love to know your thoughts as ever in the comments below. Neil Shawn in the very heart of London.